What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF, man. Tough, frustrating loss. This is probably the most painful loss of the year. Yes, over yesterday's. Um, where do I start? These guys came out flat footed from the start. We picked it up in the middle of the game, and then we just, again, fell off. Literally, the Clippers went on a 22-0 run. No, the refs were garbage, but it's not even their fault. Our offense was garbage. Our half court offense was atrocious. Let's keep it 100. What half court offense were we running out there? I was here with my friends watching the game, and we were talking, and we were like, "Look, what is this? Get the ball past the half court. Pass it to your guard, get a screen, and kick it out to a 3-point shooter over and over and over, or go ISO and step back three. Come on, man. Seriously, we're not running an offense here. We're not having ball movement, and that's why we went on a 22-0 run. Well, that's why the Clippers went on that run. But it was so frustrating to watch the lesser team beat us, man. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm very frustrated. It's an embarrassing loss. Somebody's got to be held accountable. Now, I will say this. This is a new development, man. I think there needs to be a role player trade. Our bench, with all these injuries, is really suffering. KCP is utter garbage, man. We Lance Stevenson, as much as I love him, he's not gonna be able to carry any kind of bench offense with KCP out there and him. Not a good look. Seriously, we got to trade for a bench player, one that could at least, keep the flow of the game going. If you guys notice, we were up by 9, and then Luke subbed in the whole bench, and then they tied it after that. We couldn't catch our rhythm again. What can I say, guys? This is just a frustrating game. No excuses. But our bench has suffered immensely. And I said it in pregame. I said, hey, Lou Williams is the key. And what happened? Lou Williams is the key, and he dropped, a year high, I think, 36 points, a season high 36. That's crazy, man. We can't allow that to happen. Not our day. The effort wasn't there. Honestly, they were getting to the 50-50 balls. We made so many boneheaded plays. The Freethrows continue to be atrocious. I don't know what these guys are doing, man. Maybe Brandon Ingram and some of these kids are starting to get distracted by the limelight. Now, I thought Lonzo was solid. I thought Lonzo was very solid. It was in the spurts when he goes to the bench that we really start struggling. Ugly, ugly game, man. She said, hey, Dan, I didn't see the game. What exactly cost us the game? They went on a 22-0 run when we were up by 9. No half-court offense. I mean, let's be real, guys. If we're not getting out in transition, it's hard to get buckets for us. We're not running anything smart. We're relying on guys like Kuzma to create for themselves, guys like Lonzo, Ingram. And a lot of times it looks really sloppy. It looks borderline G League. My phone is blowing up. That's how garbage this game was. But it's just an embarrassing loss to the lesser team. And we got our butts handed to us. And the thing I hate the most, guys, honestly, yes, the refs are atrocious. I can't believe they didn't call that offensive foul on Josh Hart. I get it. But the thing I hate the most is the fact that we don't have the ability to adapt to the game. They were running 10 deep, and yes, we were injured. But why not why leave Tyson Chandler out so long? He's no longer a heavy minutes type of guy, man. Why not throw Mortis Wagner? Experiment a little bit, man. Experiment just a little bit. I don't get it. But I think now we do need a trade because of the injuries, and we might have to trade for a backup point guard. We don't have one right now. And I think KCP should be a prime candidate to get dealt. We don't need him and Lance. I prefer Lance. Lance at least can get buckets more consistently than KCP. KCP picks and chooses when he wants to show up. You already know the narrative. I think the head coaching position needs to switch, but I'm not even going to dive into that. I don't want all the Luke stands coming after me tonight. I don't feel like arguing. But I think a trade for a bench player, if we can move KCP and bring back somebody who can handle and score a little bit, I think that would really help us out. Our bench has been really bad without Rondo. Honestly, I don't know why everybody was slandering Rondo. Rondo has been solid for us all season long. So we'll see what happens. Bottom line is we need some sort of move that at least will stabilize us, because with all these injuries, and honestly, the injuries is really what's killing us, man. Because the last couple of games, had we had LeBron, had we had Rondo, JaVale McGee, we would have been solid. We would have probably won. Out of the last three we lost, we probably would have won two of them at least. So, I think we need at least a minor trade. Now, I wouldn't be shocked. Magic's not going to sit, but I know Magic. I know Magic and I know Rob. They're not going to sit there. So far, if history has proven me right, they're not going to sit there and watch the Lakers sink. They're going to make a minor trade or maybe even a major one. But all I'm saying is, man, very disappointing. Kuzma continues to do his thing, though, as far as scoring goes. Lonzo continues to be impressive. But outside of those two, defensively, we weren't that great. We were good in spurts. But then we made so many mistakes that led to transition buckets, and Lou Williams just torched us. And that has been the theme this year. Ex-Laker players giving it to us. It was D'Angelo, it was Julius. It was basically anybody who has been on this team has gave it to us this year, and they're always trying to prove a point because we are the Lakers. They hate us because they ain't us. They're no longer with us, so we have a big target on our back. So Josh Hart played well as well, but I need a little bit more consistency from him. I want him to show up the next game and the next as well, not just 1 out of 5 games, Frustrating, guys, but what can I say? It's not much. The injury bug continues to bite. No excuses, though. You can't show up like this. We can't let a team go 22-0, especially a team like the Clippers. They're not even legit. We just made them look like that tonight. But wow, we're half a game away from the 10 seed, and we got to get healthy. Like I said, I doubt the Lakers sit here and watch it all fall apart. I think Magic and Rob are going to have something up their sleeve. I don't know how soon, but I expect it to be pretty soon. We'll see, man. But this is just it's a sad day, man. It's sad to catch this L, man. It's sad to catch this L. Damn, the Lakers jacket couldn't even save us today. I put it on. It's already hanging from my coat hanger in my closet. But it hurts to get these losses, man, because these are the ones I really wanted. I'm happy we got the Warrior one, but I really wanted this Clipper win. I really wanted it man, those Clippers fans and those Clipper, I hate them. Did you guys see Lou Williams doing the guitar strum from Lance Stevenson? He is such a hater, man. Seriously. But it's just frustrating. I think a trade for a role player should be in order. I think we should trade for somebody who can, do some damage off the bench. I think maybe Jamal Crawford would be nice. I wouldn't mind getting him, but I doubt they'll trade him. We should have signed him for situations like these when you need instant offense off the bench to keep you leveled. That way, when the starters have to go to the bench doesn't get destroyed. At least keeps the offense afloat. We need some sort of instant offense. Honestly, Wayne Ellington would have been solid too, but I don't think it has anything to do with the young core. Even though I will agree with people, Brandon Ingram is not playing like he wants to win. He's playing like he wants to prove, like he wants to stat pat and look good on the stats. Well, he needs to stop playing like that because he takes a lot of ill-advised shots. Those fadeaway mid-range jumpers are killing the Lakers, man, because they grab the rebound, they're headed down in transition, and it's problems. So very sad and disappointed, but what can we do, man? What can we do but keep supporting this team? He said, Dan, answer this question. Would you trade KCP for Devin Booker? Oh, come on now. Is that even a question? They would never do that. Paul, stop barking. Bad dog. Paul, go to the room. They would never do that, guys. So let's a pointless conversation. I don't understand how we can beat the Warriors but lose to garbage teams. You know what it is? Our leadership is bad, man. And you already know where I'm going with this, so I'm not even going to go there. You already know. We need a better coaching staff. And it's been like that every game. Even in wins, I've said this, we're going to lose a lot of games that we should be winning because we don't have the coaching experience. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And I guess tonight you can give them a pass because you could say, well, what do you expect, Dan? JaVale McGee's still not back. And, but the best coaches experiment. How come Mortis Wagner didn't get a shot? Tyson Chandler, as much as I love him, he's too much. He's too old to be playing heavy stretch minutes. It's just that simple. He's 30-something. Well, I don't even know his age. He should be at least 34, 35. And And he's barely getting off the ground, even to contest anything. He's good for probably one block a game and a couple of rebounds, which is solid, more than we were getting before we had him. But why not give somebody else a shot? Zeus struggled tonight versus Boban, but why not give Mortis Wagner and have him stretch the floor? Good strategy from a coaching would take you a long way. You'd be shocked, but nothing we could do. Dan, can you buy Ingram a hot dog? He's weak. Oh, man. What coach I want for our Lakers at this point? Anybody, man. Anybody who comes in and is not just going to sit there in the sideline and just have a blank stare in their face while we get destroyed. Anybody at this point. I need some passion. The only time Luke gets into it is when he's yelling at the refs, but I need him to yell at his team when they're doing boneheaded stuff. When I really don't like when we force the issue on a fast break. We really don't have the numbers, but we're throwing it up even though Lonzo has somebody on his hip. That's turnover prone. We should only be throwing up those full court passes when somebody's wide open up ahead. We got to play a lot smarter. And again, the coach is not holding them accountable to that. And that bothers me, but there's not much I could say. Not much I could say. I'm done playing the blame game. Honestly, they miss a ton of free throws. Starts with Brandon. Brandon's probably the most inconsistent free throw shooter we have on this team. He can miss 2 or make 1 or make 2 or miss 4. I mean, you just never know with Brandon. Once he gets to the line a lot, but man, he leaves a lot of points out there. I know I dislike that 17 turnovers. Yeah, man. I don't like it when they push it and there's nothing there. The coaching staff should pull them to the side and be like, hey, you do that stuff again. You push the tempo. I get it. We want you to play fast, but you still got to take care of the ball. You keep pushing the ball when there's nothing there, we're going to pull you out. You got to. You can't allow them to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. That's not how players learn. There has to be some coaching, some teaching moments. Dan, good game to you guys. Just keep your head up. Remember, you got rookies full of potential. I'm excited for the young core. Don't get me wrong. But there needs to be improvement as far as executing down the stretch. And that has a lot to do with the players, but also the coaching staff, man. There needs to be a lot of teaching. Stop blaming Ingram for everything, Dan. I haven't done that. Fanboys need to chill. I haven't said it's – did I ever say it's Brandon Ingram's fault for everything? No. I'm saying what I didn't like about his game at times. That's all I'm saying. But seriously, man, y'all got to check your egos at the door. I'm talking about the team, not any specific players. I'm not saying trade BI. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not blaming this on one person. But there's a lot of room for improvement. And I always say this. It starts at the top, man. If there's no passion at the top, there's no passion at the bottom. He said the whole team's free throws are garbage. Shake my head. Well, there's a couple players that shoot good free throws. I mean, Zubac's, I don't think he missed tonight. So if your big man is shooting better than your guards, that's a problem for sure. I'm so pissed. How did the Lakers lose, Dan? We just didn't show up tonight, man. Yeah, nobody's bashing. I'm just telling you guys the truth. And the truth is that I don't like when players play with an agenda, to try to put up points. You have to play for the team. And there's plenty of times when I notice that certain players, I'll let you be the judge who they are, but they're more focused on getting buckets than actually helping us win. I think we need to play a little bit smarter than that. KCP for Darren Collison? Absolutely. Mark Jackson. Dan, are we legit turning our backs on Brandon Ingram? No, nobody said that. Nobody's turning their back on Brandon Ingram. I love P.I. I told you I wouldn't trade this man unless it's for Anthony Davis or something like that. But other than that, no, we got to be patient, man. And patience comes, with a lot of pain. And this is in life. When you're dealing with kids, there's a lot of teaching moments. There's a lot of, things your kids, if you have children, will make you do. That'll make you scratch your head. But in the end, it's worth it, man. I know. I've said this many times. But it is what it is. People are entitled to their opinions. That's why I don't bash people that say trade BI, trade Kuz, trade this, trade that. Yeah, I get tired of it at times. And I'll say, hey, who the heck said trade this person? I'll say, who the heck said trade that person? But at the end of the day, Magic and Rob know what they're doing. I trust them, man. They shooting threes with 14 seconds on the clock. Yeah, we're not running a good offense, man. You don't believe me? Go back and watch. See, the thing is, when we get the lead, we get complacent and we start playing hero ball. We start playing a lot of hero ball, and we start going ISO, step back, shot, turn around, jump shot in people's face instead of passing, moving the ball. It's just, let's be real. So that's the reason, man. That's the reason why we're struggling. I'll take a couple questions though before I get off, guys. It's not much I can really say about this. Again, we got to put this one in the books. Unfortunate loss. I hate losing, and to all teams, to the joke Clippers, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, take our L's like a champ and move on for the next game. Really upset, trust me. Damn, we also missed layups. Yeah, we missed a ton of layups, but a lot of that has to do with contact. They're hitting us and stuff on those layups. We just don't get the calls. Yeah, some are just easy layups that we miss. Like Lonzo, I noticed when he's going down the hill, sometimes it's hard for him to slow down. Like he needs to learn how to change pace. That way when he gets to the rim, he can slow down under control and just lay it in because he's really fast. Bad coaching, no control. Lou Williams is a beast. Trade Ingram for Phil Jackson. We down 3 men. I'm upset with the whole young court. Again, opinions left and right. At the end of the day, we have to take it in stride. We have to look at the positives and the negatives. Negatives, the West is only going to get tougher. We're injured. Somebody needs to step it up, or there might be a role player trade or some kind of trade. And those are the negatives. The positives are that, some guys are still playing really hard. Like, I'm really encouraged by Lonzo Ball's play. He's been really spectacular the last couple of games. Kuzma continues to be just his scoring self, doing what he does. So there's positives and negatives. Josh Hart showed up a little bit tonight. I like the passion. I like Josh Hart getting ejected because he didn't get the call. That's cool. That's cool. That's what gets things moving. That's what gets change is good. Passion is good. But again, there's no quick solution to this, guys. We have to work through it. It's a long season. We have to stick by our team no matter what. And again, I'm not ready to give up on any of the young core, honestly, like any of them. We can't be day to day, right? When Ingram balls out, he drops a 40-point game. Oh, man, he's the truth. But when he struggles, trade him. He's a bust. He's too weak, blah, blah, blah. That's why I made that haters song, man, because a lot of people just like to hate out of the blue. I get it. We're all frustrated for this loss, but it's not our job to figure out who needs to get traded, who needs more minutes, who needs that. That's the front office's job, and I trust them. I get it. They're being a little patient because they don't want to make any knee-jerk reaction type trades. But I feel like at the end of the day, they've earned our trust. Every move they've made thus far has set us up for success. So it's not their fault. Injuries have occurred. The officiating has been poor, and the free throws continue to break. That's not their fault. Excuse me. However, they can do something about it, and I do expect them to do something. I expect maybe a G League call-up or a trade for, again, KCP to me is just taking up a roster spot at this point. He is so inconsistent, and the only time I notice that he starts scoring is when it's garbage time or when the game's already over, like he did in the Washington Wizard game. Tonight again, he started hitting some threes as soon as the game was out of reach. Where was that earlier? So I think this man is just playing for a contract in his mind, and he doesn't really care. There was a play when Lance Stevenson needed to inbound the ball, and even Joe Myers and Stu Lance, they were like, what the heck is going on? Not Joe Myers, I'm sorry, Billy Mack and Stu Lance. They were like, what the heck is going on? KCP didn't come to the ball. Lance Stevenson was tried to inbound pass it to him, but Lance was just stood there, and result, it was a turnover. So the energy's not there. It's like he doesn't want to be there anymore. It's only a matter of time, I think, before he gets traded. Where is Beasley? I have no clue. It's going to be another tough night, guys. I'll take one more question. He said, anyone think Lance needs to step up? He plays good in spurts, man. He plays a lot better than KCP offensively. The way he could, shoot off the dribble, create a little bit. But, yeah, he does get sloppy at times. I won't lie. But I prefer, honestly, to trade KCP, keep Lance. All I know is this. We do need to trade something. If anything, just to change the culture up a little bit off the bench. But, man, let's just continue to get these tough losses. I hope you guys have a good night, man. I know it's going to be a tough pill to swallow tonight. Losing to that second fiddle team in LA. I refuse to say their name because they're garbage. But whatever. We lost. Take it like a champ. Move on. And try to get that dub next game, man. We'll see what happens. I don't expect things to stay the same. I will say that. So, I mean, just keep an eye on Twitter, see if anything breaks, see if anything happens, and we'll see. But I won't lie. I did call it pregame. I said we need to contain Lou. Don't let him get over 25 points. We let him get well over that. And so we ended up losing by a good margin. So we need to watch certain players on certain nights and make sure that, because honestly, the Clippers weren't having great offense. We need to make sure that that we're able to lock down their key players. So that's another reason why we lost. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out. Have a great night. Much love, man.